I think it's time specifically for Creole rock and soul to have its time in the sun. You know, we got the dance, we got the music, we got the swag, we got the, you know, the language, we got the culture and the food. We got all the things you need to make a trend pop. And so, you know, I'm believing that I'll be the guy that brings that to the country and then to the world.
I've been in it for a minute, I've been in it, I've been in it for a minute. I've been in it for a minute, I've been in it, I've been in it for a minute. Ain't no stopping till we fan it. We should try yet again. To the crown, young king. I'm just counting up the days.
Yeah, everybody say they want it, but they don't really want it. What you doing?
Ain't no stopping till we fan it.
Let's go.
At some point, I figured out that me being a black man with an accordion was just a curiosity, and just a curiosity enough to get me in every door I needed to get into, because I'm not just a singer. You know, who's that black guy with the accordion? What is he gonna do with that? Oh my God. And then we go, ah, and then they go, ah, and then, you know, then it's all simpatico after that. The cool thing about what I do is I've always done what I do. And so it's always been off the beaten path. It's always been different. Even when I was calling what I play Zydeco music, it wasn't like everybody's Zydeco music. I called it Zydeco music, you know, because it's not your mama's Zydeco.
Sean is unordinary. You don't know what he's gonna come with. You don't know what he's gonna present. He's different, so he bring a different flavor to everything. So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
His music is very musical, if that makes sense. Like, it's not your typical in-the-box genre. You really, you know, it's almost hard to explain it to people. You know, you try to simplify it, but it's always something new. And even if we have a set show or something, you know, he's always going to do something, so it keeps us on our toes.
Thinking about you, dreaming about you.
Some people may have a knowledge of what they think I'm gonna do, but that's why I call what I do Creole rock and soul, because I don't want them to think that I'm gonna do that old stuff, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm absolutely trying to put it into the mainstream consciousness. It doesn't necessarily have to become mainstream, but in the mainstream consciousness, absolutely. I want this to be a thing that everybody knows about. You know, then the big artists will be like, come down and want to collab.
Who are some artists that you would love to work with?
Some singers would be like Lettucey and Layla Hathaway, Taylor Swift, Jill Scott, Justin Timberlake. I mean, Ariana Grande, I don't know how we'd work together, but I mean, she can really sing, and her producers get some funky music, and so put some accordion with that. That would kind of be cool.
No more since you've been gone, like.
He asked me what song I like the best. There was one in particular.
Oh.
Tell me, come on.
Fireworks. And I see fire.
I'm gonna say Fireworks because I like that. Okay, I'll say Fireworks. I know you said that. I remember you saying that. You're very talented, and you sing your ass off. He was awesome. I sat the whole time, and I was partying with him. I was front and center so he could see every crazy thing I did. But that whole thing he does with his name, S-E. And I was rocking the whole time, so he was amazing.
He was electrifying, honestly. Like, I was walking away because I had to go talk to my bosses, and I heard him, and I was like, wait, I need to come back. His voice carries, the band sounded amazing, and so honestly, it was just a great performance. But I've already followed him. I got my selfie.
All day we've had great artists coming up here, and he's no exception to the rule, but the entertainment part, the way his charisma just comes across on the stage, it's just phenomenal. It's nice to have artists come in and introduce themselves, hey, I need this, can you help me with this? And we'll do it. And all his band, including himself, was just so easy to work with and very accommodating for what we had. And that's important to build that relationship, especially as you're a production guy. But it's nice to have that open, you know, rapport with the guys you're working with, because really it's a mutual kind of partnership at that point.
Okay, so Trey's guitar player has been with me since he was 16 years old. He's my first cousin, and I noticed that he could play guitar, and I was like, hey, you got an electric guitar? He's like, yeah. So I talked to his dad. I was like, hey, I want to take him on the road with me. And he's been with me since he was like 17
years old. He was sneaking me into the clubs before I was supposed to be in there. And it's been a great journey, man. You know, now fast forward 3 Grammy nominations later, traveling all over the place. It's been an amazing journey.
Man, he's really, really good at what he does. You know, he's the music director when he's on the stage because he knows everything, but most importantly, he knows me.
I don't know, we always just bounce ideas, like I'll just send him a song or something, like, man, I like this part of this thing, and we just look for ways to try to incorporate it in it.
And I'll push him. He didn't like it at first, but you know, I'm his big cousin, so he didn't have a choice. He's got a lot of firsts with me. I was like, hey, sing background. I can't sing. I was like, sing background. So he started singing background. His average effort is gonna be, you know, better than most people's full effort. You know, and I got Roz playing drum. She comes out of the church, and I've been trying to get her to play for probably about 8-9 years. So everything lined up where she could play with me. So I got her playing, and she took to it like a fish to water because, you know, she's from here, so she's heard it, but she's never actually physically played it. I'm getting her to get the vibe, but she's like a sponge, and she's really aggressive in the playing, which I love.
He's not the norm, so it's always fun being a part of something different. So I love that. Mike Bass, you know, he played bass with Trombone Shorty for years. That's how I met him. Trombone Shorty had me on one of his shows, and I was like, wow, he was MDing my song for that show, and he was excited. He's like, bro, I love this song, Kick Rocks. And when we played it with the band, oh my God, I was in heaven. And I was like, man, if he's ever not playing with Shorty, I definitely want to see if I can get him to play with me. And he wasn't playing with Shorty now, so I'm like, hey, I got some gigs, let's go. And he's a perfect fit. You know, you saw the energy, you know, jumping around. He's like me, boom, 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 going. We have Christos on lead guitar. Christos Milios from Christos is his name. Christos Milios. I gotta say it just like the Greek people say it. He's from the island of Cyprus. He's a phenomenal guitarist. Comes out of the jazz world, but he's got chops for days. And so, you know, pushing him to get that vibe or whatever, and he's taken to it as well. You know, he sees the vision. He played with me on my LSU album. And then my son, Sean David. What can I say about that, man? That's my boy. That's my pride and joy. I call him Lil Sean when I'm speaking about him. But when I talk to him, I call him Sean, and he knows I'm talking to him because I'm Sean, he's Sean. You know, he's helped me write a lot of songs that we play on the set. Now I include him whenever I'm doing projects, just to bring him up in the situation and also to get a young perspective. You know, like I'll sing something and I'll be like, how would you sing this? And he would sing and say, oh, I like that. And so then I'll take what he did and make it my own. Our children are supposed to be, you know, exponentially better than we are, and he is exponentially better than me, which is scary, because, you know, he can, you know, if you want him to put a track together or give him like 5 songs together, say, I need 5 songs by, you know, in 2 days, boom, he'll have it, and they'll be fire. It won't be garbage. They'll be fire. You know, and so I push him, and he's like, you know, yeah, you my dad. You're supposed to tell me this is good. I said, no. Yeah, I tell you when it's trash. I'll tell you when you need to go back to the drawing board. I can't wait until you know, he doesn't have time for me, and he's doing his own thing because he's going to be the voice of his generation.
What's the one thing you want people to remember about Sean Ardoin?
I want people to remember that Sean Ardoin loved people. Everything I did, I love people. I ran for mayor because I love people, I love the city. I wanted to make sure that the city was okay after the hurricane. I wanted to, you know, I was ready to give music up to do it, you know. So I ran, did that. When I do music, you know, I love people, the people coming up behind me. I love on them. I try to help them be the best. Don't want them to fall in the pitfalls that I fell in and I saw other people fall in. So I try to mentor those guys, you know. And as far as the music, I love my culture, my Creole culture. I love the, you know, I love the music. And you know, I just present all of that stuff with positivity and love, so that you know people remember and be like, "Yo, he loved people. He's a good dude." And he did a lot of stuff.
I see the flashing lights. I hear your voice.
Creole Rock and Soul. Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next time. Go to SeanArdoin.com. You know how to say it. SeanArdoin. SeanArdoin. That's right. .com, at Facebook, at Twitter, and all that. Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next time.
How long do you think that was?
I was talking. 30 minutes.
Oh, how'd you know that?
That's what I do.
It felt like 15 minutes. So that's a good sign.